What's up, guys? What's going on? Hope everyone is having an awesome Memorial Day weekend. Today's video, I want to go over two things, both how to list items quicker and how to sell more with the sell similar option. Now, I was aware how to use like the sell similar option to list quicker early on, but when it came to moving stale inventory, I just recently, well, not recently, but it was a while before I learned and didn't really understand the benefits of it. And I'm going to show you guys how to do it because I still need to do it tonight and explain like why it works and whatnot. So first off, we're going to go over the sell similar option to list quicker and to basically piggyback other listings. When you first start off and you don't have a store, or if you have a basic store and you're trying to build up your inventory, like you get a certain amount of free listings and then after that you have to pay a listing fee, which I think it's like 20 cents or something. But if you're trying to build up your store's inventory, that can add up. So for me, like when I was starting out, I would always do good until canceled, so that like as I'm listing new inventory each month, I'm not going to be wasting my free listings relisting an item that's ending. So I did good until canceled, and then it starts to build up. But we'll get into that later. So say we are going to sell a men's Ralph Lauren shirt. I would basically search that and I would be as specific as possible. So men's polo Ralph Lauren Blake button up shirt XL. So then you search that and say you're going used, go down to your sold listings, and then I would get an idea, but make sure that you're searching buy it now, because some of these are auctions, they might not have enough people looking. It doesn't always give you the best idea what the value of something is. So once you got all those filters on or whatever, then I would scroll through and kind of get a rough idea what the prices are. You know, so it looks like anywhere from 15 to 30 depending on the condition and whatnot. So then that's when your pricing comes in. Do you typically run sales? Are you going to have best offer? I usually do both, so I would price on the higher side. So, you know, I might I get an idea of my price, maybe $25, $24.95. Then I would look at a title that I like that's going to take the least amount of changing. So if it's a solid one, maybe one of these. If it's short sleeve, if it's long sleeve plaid, I might pick out this one, even though this says 2XL for this. So hit sell one like this, and then you have the title and all the specs. So say you have to go in, you might want to change some of this. Maybe it's you know, white plaid or something, and then you were selling an XL, so you switch this, put in whatever else you want, then your description here, swap out your photos. All of these will already be in. You'll want to double check them. I would change this to white, change this to XL, enter your description and the title, and then hit list item. So it's a lot quicker because you're already going to be doing a search to see basically comps, and you can just piggyback on a listing. So once you get used to doing that, it makes it a lot quicker to list. Now the other thing that I wanted to go over was the sell similar. So basically you want, like when you're listing an item, you need to have good search results, and the longer an item is on eBay, it can kind of get buried in the search results, especially when you're doing good until canceled. So you can end up with a lot of stale inventory. And I used to send my stale inventory to an auction, and that's okay, but I really only do that with like cheaper items that I'm really trying to move now. because a lot of times you'll have good items and you just don't have the right buyer at the right time. So now that I've upgraded the store and I have a lot more listings, I'm going to do quite a few today because I have like 400 listings left for the month. So basically, go pull up your active listings, and then you can kind of experiment to see what your rules are or whatever. I typically will look at either the time left to have an idea how long they've been listed, or number of views is another big one that I do. So like this one, Nike Dry Fit, I know that that's a good item and it's priced well. It's been up for at least 30 days. So I will go through and start checking items to get an idea, or just to the ones that you want to redo. Okay. So now I know how long most of these items have been up. So the ones that don't have as many listings or as many views, I'm clicking because I know that they've been up for a while. And or like this one, it only has 34 views, but it's been up for at least 30 days. It's a Hawaiian shirt. This time of year it's good. Now, typically this is going to it's going to use one of your listings, so I would be a little bit pickier. But since it's almost the end of the month and I have a bunch of free listings left, I'm going to pick a lot more than I would normally. So just scroll through. Typically I would go higher, like the 75 to 100 views before I would relist these, but I'm going to grab a bunch of them today. And so I'll just go through this first page briefly. Okay, I'll finish the rest of these later. Now go down here once you've clicked them all and hit end, and it will bring up like a spreadsheet. Just go down here, double click end listing, and then once all of those end, what you're going to do is you're going to go to your unsolds and click all the same items, and then instead of hitting relist, what you want to hit is the sell similar button. And it just somehow works out better in eBay's algorithm, because then it looks like you have a bunch of new listings going up. It's not quite as good as having brand new listings, but it's better than just hitting the relist button if you have like your automation rules set up. So I know that I ended all these today because it's the 27th. I'm going to go back and click all of these. Now this would be a good time to, you know what? Scratch that. I forgot this is from yesterday. So I almost relisted a bunch of inventory again. And that would be bad if I didn't catch it. So I'm going to scroll down here until I get to the 29th. For some reason it says the 28th still, but I know that I just ended all of these. Once you have those clicked, go up to sell similar. And it's going to bring up the same like bulk listing. Now this would be a good chance to go through and edit your listings or change prices around, like whatever bulk edits you need to do. I am actually not changing anything yet. I just want to bump this up. So I'm going to hit submit all. And then they will be up. And then I can go through in the unsolds and delete those so that they don't get relisted like I almost did. But basically, I'll go through and do that. And then if I end up having to do the same item a couple times, then I would go in and do some edits or drop the price or maybe send it to an auction. But you guys, if you haven't tried this, I feel like I was late to the party with this, and I started doing it a couple weeks ago. I'll definitely will do this if I am low on inventory to list. I will go through and edit some listings and then do a sell similar, and I swear every time I do this, it's usually in the 15 to 20 items, and I will sell 2 to 3 items that night. It's almost like listing 15 to 20 new items. So if you haven't tried it, try it. Let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys are having an awesome week and good sales.